Hey YouTube, it's me guys, ZevHadar here. How are you guys doing today? Today, I'm bringing this fantastic Nicktoons MLB baseball game, but commentating over it, I'll be talking about the MLB offseason, transactions so far, and this is as of December 17th, so anything that has happened afterward, you can't blame me for not covering it. So anyway, we're playing in SpongeBob's town, if you will. But, so yeah, let's start this right off, because we have 10 minutes worth of material to cover. Let's start out right off, guys. The main news this offseason has been Albert Pujhols to the Angels. Many baseball experts thought that the Cardinals would re-sign him, or another team would pick him up. But him going to the Angels, that was kind of like a sudden move. I know the Marlins put in a little bit more money than the Cardinals offered, and if the Marlins got him, guys, that would have been, the Marlins would be a better team than they already are set to be right now. But him with the Angels, that's huge. A first baseman going over to the American League, switching leagues. I'm not just saying the American League, but any guy that goes from the American League to the National League to the American League, it's a very tough transition for most people. But Albert Pujhols is a very elite future Hall of Famer, and me being a huge Sox fan, we have to play them usually every playoff when it gets to the ALDS. So now I'm actually quite a bit worried because Albert Pujhols is an amazing first baseman and an amazing hitter. I think that he's mostly known for his offense. But anyway, that's it for the Angels. Really, they signed a couple more guys here and there. But then the Marlins, like I just talked about, guys, they acquired so many beast players. They have Jose Reyes from the Mets, or they signed Jose Reyes. If Hanley Ramirez goes over third, I know that he's sort of against that, but if they can convince Hanley Ramirez to go over to third base, guys, their left side of the infield will be unstoppable. Jose Reyes at short, Hanley Ramirez at third, guys, that would be amazing. They also picked up Heath Bell from the Brewers, and he's an amazing closer, guys. I mean, the closer that the Sox had last year, the guy who I can most accurately compare to, Jonathan Papelbon, thankfully signed with the Phillies. Thankfully, because I do not want Jonathan Papelbon back in Boston unless he's on the opponent team. They also got Mark Burley. Some say that he's past his prime because, yeah, he is a little bit old, but guys, he's still an elite pitcher. Hall of Fame, maybe. He's putting up some great numbers, or he has. So that's, it's always good to put up some awesome numbers. Redundancy. Remember, welcome to the redundant department of redundancy. All right. Anyway, guys. So yeah, past Marlins pitcher Dontrelle Willis D-Train signed with the Phils for a 1-year deal, and also another. The Phillies have made. Phillies have made a lot of pitching moves. They signed D-Train, like I just said. They actually signed Jonathan Papelbon as a closer. Yeah, good luck, Phillies. He's not going to be saving any games for you guys. They released Roy Oswalt, which the Red Sox are actually looking into getting him maybe, which would be awesome because I like Roy Oswalt. But again, if Roy comes from, the National League to the American League, it's still going to be very tough. And with the Red Sox always being a very tough contender in the AL East, Roy Oswalt has to be ready for that. I mean, the Phillies, they're an elite team. He's been with the elite teams, and he's shown that he can come out clutch, and he can also show that he hasn't, he's not, elite enough, if you will. But anyway, so then the Phillies also signed Jim Thome for a 1-year deal. Jim Thome, if I can count how many teams he's been on, wow. Jimmy Rollins also agreed to a 3-year deal, and he, re-signed with the Phillies. Like, he stays with them, which is always awesome. But then there's Jonathan Papelbon, like I just mentioned, who got released by the Red Sox, or his contract was up. And I know after last September, the Red Sox do not want Jonathan Papelbon back on the team. I really don't want him. And so let's go with the Red Sox. Jed Lowry and Kyle Wayland. Jed Lowry playing shortstop, and Kyle Wayland is a right-handed pitcher. Got traded to the Astros for Mark Melancon. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, from the Astros. And so now Mark Melancon is thinking that he could be a possible whoa, he's not thinking that. No. Let me just slow down here. Ben Cherington is thinking that Mark Melancon could be the possible closer, which is always awesome because I don't like that sort of ambiguity when it comes to closing, because many people were rumoring that Daniel Bard would be. Daniel Bard, guys, if you guys know who that is, Red Sox, you know, like relief pitcher. He can throw 100 miles an hour fastballs. 100 miles an hour doesn't really make sense, but you guys would know what I mean. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, which is absolutely amazing. The Red Sox also signed Kelly Shopik again, and he might take over Vitek's spot as a catcher, which I don't really like, because Vitek's excuse me, Jason Varitek has always been close to my heart. The Red Sox captain, I respect that man like a god. The Red Sox also got Nick Punto, which I'm very pumped about, because they're really working the bench. And since Nick Punto has played all of the infield positions except first and catcher, and he's also played outfield, it almost brings back that Bill Hall kind of feeling, if you guys remember who that is. Bill Hall went to the Astros, but he was like a utility player. He could play all the different positions and play them well. But Nick Punto is a great, fantastic player. Alright, then let's move to the Cubs, because we're playing with the Cubs right now. The Cubs, they picked up Theo Epstein, which is awesome, because I didn't really like Theo Epstein that much toward the end of the last September, because he wasn't making the best moves. He was bringing in these pitchers that would, you know, he was promising players that were promising, you know, so much skill and, you know, so much wins and so much this and that and this and improved by this much. But as you can see by Carl Crawford, guys, if you guys watch any glimpse of Carl Crawford, you could see that that was not his best season, and he just made some idiotic moves. No, I don't really blame him that much. Like you guys, if you guys don't live in Boston, you guys should see how much they hated Theo Epstein. Like when we lost in September, they weren't blaming Papelbon. I mean, yes, some were, but they were mainly blaming Theo. I didn't really understand why, because Carl Crawford, if you saw him on the free agent market last year, you would say, pick him up right now, you know? But, you know, he got the bad end, and I don't really like him that much, because he's, you know, he's signing all this different stuff, and he said some, you know, some hasty words to Terry Francona when he left. But anyway, guys, so the Cubs are also pursuing Prince Fielder, which would be a big move. Prince Fielder is one of the big names in the Brewers, and the Brewers just actually lost Ryan Braun because he was caught for using steroids, or, sorry, performance-enhancing drugs. Sorry, something got in my nose. It's nasty. Anyway, so yeah, Ryan Braun was caught using steroids, which I am deeply saddened about, because just he was like a role model, you know. Even though I'm a Red Sox fan, everyone like looked up to Ryan Braun. He wasn't cocky. He had a good attitude. He never like fought umpires, you know. He never like argued all that much. I mean, every player argues at some point, but you know, he was not like a Manny kind of player. I think a Manny is negative kind of influence, who went out with like one of those guns that instead of actually shooting, it just had like a little flag that said bang. It's not like a real bang, but in a bad kind of bang, if you guys know what I mean. Manny went out in like a, oh wow, you went out like that, instead of like, you know, a better way, instead of like retiring from old age, like sort of like Pedro did. He was caught with steroids, and then he decided to retire, and then he moved down to the Dominican Republic back, I think he moved there, yeah. But anyway, the Brewers, speaking of the Brewers with Ryan Braun, getting back on track, Brewers, they actually signed the top third baseman free agent, Aramis Ramirez, who played with the Cubs last year. He's an amazing third baseman. In fact, he's actually in this game, and I struck him out to begin the game, or in the first inning, yeah. Another team to watch out, guys, for is the Rockies. They just signed Michael Kadire, who was with the Twins last year. He's a great guy all around. I follow him on Twitter. He's a really good, really cool guy. You know, he retweets things. You know, I'm not judging someone based off of their tweeting ability, but you know. But they are also in the race for Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran's an elite outfielder who was with the Mets last year. Yeah. And the Cardinals are also in that hunt for Carlos Beltran, plus two other teams that have yet to be identified. According to an ESPN analyst, yeah. Two other teams are in a hunt for Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran's an amazing outfielder. Any team would be lucky to have him, unless you have an amazing outfield already. I could see Carlos Beltran going to many different teams. I can actually see him on the Rangers. Because, like, these two teams, guys, I don't think anyone knows besides him and his, like, agent and, you know, like, people that actually know him, and these two teams itself. But anyway, guys, this commentary is coming to an end, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If there's any more, you know, groundbreaking updates, I'll let you guys know. Make sure to like this video, and peace out, guys. Go Red Sox, and I can't wait for this upcoming season. Peace out, guys.
Thanks for watching TJN Sports. Do make sure you check us out on Facebook and Twitter for all your up-to-date news and announcements. Do not forget to subscribe to the shows of the directors that you love.